Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, finally, some good news for humanity. And that is, it seems that Ukrainians and Russians agree on exchanging prisoners, again, swapping prisoners, and none others than the ones from Azovstal. It doesn't seem to be like a big number, and it's going to be in phases. Obviously, after the Russians extract any kind of information they need um, from the prisoners. Let's see what this gentleman is saying from Ukraine. He is the head of the Chief Intelligence Directorate of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine. His name is Kirilo Budanov. So the title of this article from Ukrainska Pravda from today, Wednesday, 22nd of June, is Budanov hints that some of Azovstal defenders could soon return home. That's great news. And it says that he is responsible for coordinating the exchange of the Ukrainian soldiers who defended Azovstal. He said that he hopes to secure the release of a significant number of Ukrainian prisoners of war in the very near future. That's very good. He said that on air during the 24/7 National Joint Newscast. We have here the direct quote, and I'm quoting, "We are very close and we are very clear on the fate of almost all Ukrainian prisoners of war. We are working on freeing them from captivity. I hope that many of them will be able to reunite with their loved ones at home in the very near future. We hope to secure the release of a fairly significant number of our prisoners of war in the very near future. The media will be informed as soon as it happens." Details. According to Budanov, it is still too early to call the date when the prisoner swap might take place. He added that he wasn't talking about one mass exchange. And I'm quoting, "We are talking about an exchange of prisoners that will have many phases. It won't be one single exchange. There will be several phases. Small exchanges are already happening frequently." The Ukrainian intelligence chief said the most difficult negotiations concern the leaders of the Ukrainian defenders of Azovstal. And I'm quoting, "It's a lot easier with regard to the rank and file. Obviously, it's a lot more difficult when it comes to unit commanders. Those guys will not be swapped. Maybe when they're 80, if they get to be 80. Budanov also said that he knew that the exact number of Ukrainian prisoners of war held by the Russians and Russian prisoners of war held by the Ukrainians, but he did not disclose those numbers. Now, background: the Ukrainian soldiers who took part in the defense of Mariupol and who were able to leave Azovstal. They surrendered, man. Can you say surrender? Surrendered. No, they were able to leave. Are being held captive. How do you call that? In a penal colony in the occupied territory of Donetsk Oblast. Well, the leaders were taken to Moscow, straight there to a facility. And it says here that Ukrainian government have confirmed that all 2,449 people who left Azovstal are now being held in Olenivka, an urban-type settlement in Donetsk Oblast, as prisoners of war. The Mariupol defendants were able to leave Azovstal for Russian-controlled territory. They were just, we're going to go that way. Okay, we're going to go towards Russia because we decided to, I don't know, just go for a walk. So the Mariupol defenders were able to leave Azovstal for Russian-controlled territory in Ukraine between 16th and 20th of May. According to Russia, 2,439 soldiers left the Azovstal bunkers. You see, the Russians' number is smaller than the Ukrainian number. So that tells you what? There's about what? It's 10 people missing here. Is that the 10 commanders that we'll never gonna find about? These guys, oh, I don't know. No, not here. All right, so according to Russia, 2,439 soldiers left the Azovstal bunkers. Representatives of the International Committee of the Red Cross registered the Ukrainian soldiers leaving Azovstal as prisoners of war. You think so? All right. So Russians and their collaborators from the temporarily occupied territory of Donetsk and Luhansk Oblast are threatening Ukrainian soldiers with a tribunal Prisoner exchange has not been discussed so far, despite previous agreements. And it says that on June 19, Russian media reported that commanders of the Azov Regiment battalion had been taken from the temporarily occupied territory of Donetsk Oblast to Russia for investigation. Just before that, Denis Prokopenko, commander of the Azov Regiment, handed over his duties to Major Nikita Natochi. All right, here it is. I hope they get swapped, and they will get swapped. The unimportant soldiers, foot soldiers. The other ones will get swapped a little bit later, in about I would say years after they sing everything they have to sing on the Russian tune. So that's good news. I don't think, as I said before, the Russians will make sure that they tell everything they need to tell. They will videotape them, they will have them on camera, they will have them sign, and they will use some incentives to talk and other methods and so on. No, that's what it is in those kind of circumstances. Well, thank you very, very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.